Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Happy
Wednesday.
I almost said Tuesday.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. We have been having, honestly, the July of our lives.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's like days of our lives. But the
Crafting
July
version.
of our lives,
Yes.
y'all. Amazon Prime week last week, which I've been getting all my goodies in. What did you guys order? Let me know.
I got the Blink camera
Me
system.
too.
I didn't get the full guy, but we got the front door one to test it out and see like how we feel, and then we're gonna probably get some more.
Well, you know, we use Blink here in the office.
Oh, is that our system?
That's what we have. I mean,
Oh,
we never look
okay.
at it, but they're there.
Okay, I love that.
We love them. We love them.
Yes.
Had them for a few years. So I got that.
Mm-hmm.
I got the boys this little box that does story time with them. I need to
A
show
Tony's
you.
box. I know.
yeah.
I already saw it in our Amazon cart.
Yeah, that was me.
That's cute. I've heard of those, but I've never used it before.
When Carly Hall, who is a dear friend of mine, previous employee of Silhouette and Cricut, she's a
Oh.
YouTuber. Y'all should follow her. When she said she had one and loved it, I knew I needed one.
You were
so
sold.
It's still not here yet. I'm very excited.
Okay, I'm gonna need your review because I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but I'm like, I don't understand.
Okay, I don't understand it either, but I
Okay.
just believe in Carly
believe in
that
that.
much that I'm like, it was a good deal too.
That's
It was a
hilarious.
good deal. So
Okay.
anyway, let me know what you guys bought. I will say, I know I've already said this a lot and we've had a lot to catch up on. Amazon Prime deals for crafters just wasn't it this year.
They were not as good as I was hoping for.
I was wanting to like stock up on stuff.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, last
But-
year we saw everyone shopping a lot more heavily, and
Yes.
there was definitely more deals this year, which is great, but they just
Mm-hmm.
didn't seem as good. It was more of like a quantity versus quality thing.
I agree with
so
that.
it's been a long time. Alicia, how are you? It's been a long time since we've had a live together.
I know, it's been forever. We have our company shut down, so we weren't here for a couple
Yeah.
weeks, and then we came back last week. And me and Lauren tag team
Just crushed
Prime
it.
Deals. We had lots of fun
Yeah.
last week. And so today we're just, I don't know, I'm ready. I'm excited. I've been excited to craft on a live stream. We did
Yes.
glitter ornaments last week.
Ooh,
that
did
was
people
fun.
like love it?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Y'all always love glitter ornaments.
I told the team we are Christmas crafting the rest of July. So if you're on the
Yes.
Makers Gonna Learn channel, if you're not in a Christmas spirit, like just experience it with us for a bit. And this project is definitely one that you can tackle and do right away. And it is like, I don't want to call it vintage, but it's like, I don't know.
It's kind of old school. It's
Yeah.
got an old school vibe. Like the stained glass for me is kind of an
Yes.
old school craft. It's like an OG
Yeah.
craft.
And I think the way that we're taking the spin, this is a current trend right now, if you guys aren't aware of what we're doing on today's show, it's very fun. It's very simple, but it's very unique for paper crafters.
Yes,
so
I love
it's
that.
gonna be a lot of fun on today's show. I did want to let you guys know we are having a Christmas in July sale. We have 2 different promotions going on. So I'm just gonna take a minute. We're gonna talk about it, and we're open for Q&A this whole show.
Yes.
Just help you all make decisions. We have $75 off our annual membership.
Oh,
It expires for sure, whether the spots, we have like 80 spots left,
yes.
or next Wednesday. One or the two, whichever one.
Okay.
So a week to decide, $75 off. Normally, our best deal is $40 off.
Yes, so that's huge. Almost
Huge
double.
savings.
Yes.
Yeah, right at double. Huge savings for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not a member, I want to tell you, we are not just here to educate beginners. We are here to help other crafters go deeper, and I'm so glad Alicia's on the show
Absolutely.
today. Alicia, if I'm an advanced crafter that I know how to use my Cricut, I know how to do everything, they feel confident with their machine, why do you think Makers Gonna Learn would be right for them?
Well, you have all outside of just like our 30 days to master your Cricut,
Yeah.
which is very much for beginners. We have things like
Yes.
master classes, which go way more into depth on the machine, like using your machine and different techniques and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you all can use these cut files and fonts for so many different things. And if you're an advanced crafter, you're going to be able to take them, manipulate them,
Yes.
break them apart. And those are just a couple things off the top of my head
And
that
you're
I
gonna
feel
be
like
able
you could
to
use.
apply. Like you will
Yes.
already have, like, don't think of you know, membership is for someone that's just a beginner. Like
Right.
we are here for the person that's crafting every week, every day, for sure, because you're going to be the ones getting the most value, right?
Yes, and I love to talk to an experienced crafter
Yes.
that I can learn from, and that also I can teach something.
Yes.
To feel like someone who already has a lot of knowledge that
For
we're
sure.
still teaching you something like that. That feels good for me.
So again, you're getting a lot of value. The Facebook community, commercial use license to make money with your machine. So many of our students do that and they love it, and it's very rewarding for them. So yeah,
Yes.
definitely check it out. We have 2 offers when it comes to membership. You can join annual, which is limited spots, or you can join monthly for half off your first month. It makes it like $13.50 the first month.
Yes,
okay?
very cheap.
That's membership. The second offer that will be going until the end of the month for $70 off, and the price is increasing, and there's hundreds of files coming, and there's new curriculum being developed. It is Makers Gonna Sublimate.
Ooh.
Now, if you're already a member and you don't have Makers Gonna Sublimate, this is your last chance
Yes.
to get it at this low of a price.
Right.
We have 2 payments and we have pay in full.
Yep.
So if you have questions about any of that, please let us know. We're here to support you and just help you guys make awesome buying decisions, as
Yeah.
you're just our crafty friend, and supporting Makers Can Learn just gives you guys even more value, and the more that you support, the more we can be here.
Exactly.
So we love it. So it's
I
super,
love
fun.
the sublimation course is like a one-time purchase.
Yeah, you get it
It's
forever.
like if especially if you're already a member, it's like, oh, let me do this. You're only going to get better. You're only going to expand your knowledge.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't lose.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and while it's on sale, you might as well just,
Yes.
snatch it up.
Sally says, would the membership be good for someone with dyslexia? So what I want to say is, obviously our training, and especially the 30-day challenge, if you're more of a beginner, and any of our actual curriculum inside the program, is traditionally self-paced. So you can pause, you can go back. I like that our membership for our curriculum, like the 30-day challenge, comes with written content as well as video.
Yes.
So whichever way you learn, sometimes, we just need to take a slowed down approach, and we need to read something and watch something maybe twice before
Yeah.
we get it. So I would say we would probably be a great place for you to let your skills build on top of each other. And it's very valuable just for anyone that feels like they have a harder time learning. I think I have a harder time learning too. So I need something that is slowed down, that is building blocks. Like if you
Right.
look at the way we teach here and educate, it is in a way for people, just in general, that need to understand the whole process. We don't leave
Right.
anything out here. And that's because I also just struggle with learning. I
Yes.
don't think it comes super natural for me. That's something I've never talked about.
Which
So,
surprises me, actually.
yeah,
But-
I'm not. I don't think when I'm like truly learning that like I'm not someone to just pick something up really fast.
I'm not either. I have to repeat. And y'all know I went to nursing school twice. It was not easy. I had to study. I wasn't like one of those people that's like, oh, I'm going to show up and make an A on this test. Like,
Yeah.
no, ma'am. So,
Yeah.
and I love that our membership is self-paced.
Yes.
Anything we're ever feeding you all, like through the YouTube channel or through the membership, it's all on your own terms. So if you're feeling pressure to do better or do more, create more, allow yourself permission to just take the time
Yes.
to pause the video, do your step, pause the video, go back. Don't feel like you've got to watch it, learn it, and then be able to retain it and then complete the project. Like, we don't want that.
Right.
That's the beauty of YouTube and our membership. You're going to have that, the direction to kind of self-pace yourself.
I love that. So Joy, yes, we'll be going through all of the sublimation curriculum and updating that, which we love being able to offer that for you guys. So it'll be super, super fun. And yay, I love it. How many masterclass are there, and what is your favorite?
I need to count. Do you know? Because
It's over 50.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
say we're upwards in the 60s. My favorites, gosh, I love my frame building masterclass.
that's
for
a
the
good one.
affordability, and it's like been refilmed 2 or 3 times to update it, and the version it is now is like super high quality. It's like a half hour, which is to learn all the things I teach, incredible. I think
Yes.
for that, I'm so proud of that, because the most people have, I think one of our most popular classes.
Absolutely.
After that one, I love some of my older craft classes in there,
Yes.
because I have made some really advanced level crafts that even a beginner could do, because you have like the whole master class.
Right.
So I would prowl around. It's kind of like Netflix for a Cricut crafter.
It kind of is. It
scroll
even
through.
looks like it.
It does. So yeah, there's a lot. What's some of your most favorite recent ones? Because I know you've been doing so many.
Yes, so we did one recently, and it was with the Artist Spree sublimation ink stamps.
Ooh.
And so we did sublimation ink sheets without actually having to have a sublimation printer.
No
So we
way.
created our own like little art, and then we sublimated it using a heat resistant stencil. I know it sounds crazy. It's a fun one though. It's more detailed, and more advanced even.
Sure.
But if you're wanting to dip your toes into sublimation, that was a fun one. And we do sublimation master classes as well as non.
Yeah.
So we're doing lots. It's just a whole plethora.
Right.
We've got lots of options for everybody.
I love that. And one thing I wanted to say, if you're watching live with us, or they're recorded and you're a member, drop your favorite masterclass just for other members to know that they should go back and watch. I hosted the first masterclass we did we rebranded masterclasses. So we've put a lot of our old like vault content. I say like from the arsenal, if we feel like it's up to our standard, we've put it in there. We have a lot more that we could add. So I may talk to the team about pulling more in there.
That's a good idea.
Which is super fun. But number 2, I did one where I took tile and created a frame from it and like did it for like under $1. Because I used paint stir sticks. And that one was really fun with a certain collection of files. So there's a lot of projects that you can do right out of the gate.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We love that. So why are the sublimation files? Do they need to be different? Kelly, no. What we say that the files are on sublimation is they're sublimation ready and they're designed for sublimation. So they're exclusive, they're not in the membership, and they're exclusive to the course, and we're adding a ton more just for our sublimation friends.
And they're beautiful.
Lifetime access,
they're
so it's
amazing.
so good. I love it. I love it. So it's gonna be so good. Alicia.
Should we get started?
Let's dive in.
Sadie, can you grab me the original card really quick? I did not pull it in here. And y'all, this card, I know you all are gonna love this. We know our friends here at Makers Gonna Learn love stained glass. Now this is new. It's a trend, if you will. And honestly, kind of a hack, what we're gonna show you. So we're gonna be printing new images. These images were just put on the site today. I think there's 10. There should be, there's 6 on the site right now. So these are all new Christmas images. If you are a Makers Gonna Learn member, you're already gonna have access to these today. If you sign up for membership, you're gonna immediately get access to them as well. And so this is the card we're gonna be making. This is from far away, but I'm about to give you guys a close-up shot, and Sadie's gonna put us overhead.
I love this.
Look how beautiful. This looks like I bought it from somewhere. Honestly, it's giving Bible bookstore.
Oh, I'm loving it.
The quality, it just seems like a gift I could purchase there.
Yes.
So basically what we're gonna be doing is taking some of these new images, one of these new images, and we're gonna be adding this as a stack, and it just gives it this like really beautiful extra dimension, which I love so much. And we're gonna be putting this white on the inside so you can actually write on the card. So these are gonna be beautiful for Christmas cards. I know lots of our members love making Christmas cards. Y'all, is this not the prettiest ever?
I actually am like dying over this card right now.
This is my favorite.
I love it.
So let's go to the share screen, and I'm gonna show you all the 6 images that you have to choose from today.
We are giving options.
We have options, and I won't say that you have to do it with these images, but
we added them this week for you.
They're branded. We literally put them in for you to use.
The team worked very hard to develop these just for you.
And like the quality of these, can y'all, if you know we're talking about updating that sublimation course, this is the quality, okay?
Yeah,
this is just a little taste of what you're gonna be seeing inside there. And this is not the sublimation course. These are member files for you all to use. So we're gonna be using the reindeer stained glass. I also am obsessed with these red poppies. These are gonna be perfect for Christmas. I'm just in love. I can see you all saying, so beautiful, that's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna go ahead and click on this, and let's go ahead and download our image while we are on the website. So I'm just going to select download here. It's going to pop into a zip folder and we can double click that to open it up. This is a PNG image, so it's a printable network graphic, which is a printable image typically used for print and cut and things like that. And then we'll go over to Cricut. Well, let me hop off of all of this. We have been filming all day today, y'all.
Yes.
We have been busy.
We're working on something new for y'all.
Yes. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting that you all don't know what we've been working on. So I'm glad I keep my big mouth shut.
I love it.
I'm gonna go to my stuff. We've already got a file ready for this, so you all can see all the pieces before we actually go in and create everything. But we're literally using basic shapes for this. So you need the image and you need a square, pretty much. So these are all of the elements that we are gonna be needing today. Now, the first thing we're gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and upload that image so we don't forget. Just go to your uploads over here on the left, select upload image, and then you can go to your Finder and you can see it's still highlighted. If for some reason you can't find it, always check your downloads and then you can click and drag it into Design Space. I always select complex, continue, apply and continue. And then we're gonna be using the print and cut image and we're gonna upload it, okay? And then
do we know if there's a nativity scene? We need to add one.
Put it on the list.
Putting it on
We
the list.
definitely should do a nativity scene. That would look good on this card too. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna add that to my canvas so you can see we've got it here. I'm just gonna move these elements over so they're out of our way and so no one gets confused on what they need and what they don't need. Okay. So we've got our beautiful deer right here. Now what I'm gonna need to do is create our card. So I need to know the size of the base of my card. And we're gonna be making a 10 by 5 card. This is gonna basically create a perfectly square 5 by 5 card once it's folded down the middle. So I'm just pulling in a basic square. I can unlock my shape up here and that way whenever I put my width in, it doesn't mirror it in the height box. It'll actually allow me to make my width whatever I want and my height whatever I want. So we're gonna do 10 by 5, okay? And I'm gonna make this like a light gray just so we can see it better, okay? And then I need to add in a score line. So the score line is where our card is gonna fold right down the middle. If you go to shapes, you can see there's a line up here right in the top left. And while it's selected, I'm gonna actually change the height to 5 because that's as tall as our card, okay? And then I'm gonna click and drag. I'm gonna select that rectangle as well as that line, and we're going to go to Align, Center, and that's gonna put it right in the middle of our card. Now, I need to make sure to attach that line to my card or it's not gonna know where to cut when we go to make it. So I'm just gonna select both of the layers and hit attach. So now this is just basically one image. My line is attached to my square. So whenever we run this through the Cricut, it's gonna cut our square out and it's gonna score that line at the middle. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
And if you want to, you can always make sure that your operation on your line is set to score. Sometimes it's set to cut. So we wanna make sure we're scoring and not cutting because we don't wanna cut our card in half. That would not be good. So, is everybody with me?
Yes.
Susan, if you just hopped in and you're like, what's going on? We started like just a few minutes probably before you got here. You can always go back and watch from the very start so you're not confused.
Yeah.
So now we've got a 10 by 5 rectangle here. This is the base of our card. We're gonna be designing only on half of the card. Since it's a 10-inch wide card, I'm gonna be designing on a 5-inch square. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make a square for the inside of our card. We're just gonna go ahead and get that out of the way. I'm gonna make it slightly smaller than 5 by 5. Now you could manually go in here and do it this way, but I like to be a little bit more precise than that. I'm gonna make this exactly 4.75, so we have exactly a 1/4 inch all the way around our image. And it's gonna look a lot better whenever you all are creating this. If you were making perfect squares,
right.
I can't tell you enough how much it would bother me if that was like 4.374. Like, I can't do it. So This is gonna have a 1/4 inch allowance. This is gonna be inside of our card. So I'm gonna set it to the side. We're gonna be cutting it out of white so that you can actually write whatever you want on the inside of your card. Beautiful, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and work with our image here. So our first layer, we're gonna have 3 layers of our reindeer, okay? Our first layer is going right here on the outside of our card. We're gonna make this one 4.75 as well. Make sure your image is locked, okay? I want this to be proportional, and so automatically it'll change my height to 4.164. Let's bring it to the front, arrange, bring to front. You can see here, it's gonna fit just like that, okay? Actually, scratch what I just said. I hope I didn't confuse you all.
No, you're good.
I don't wanna resize that yet. Ignore what I said. So we're not gonna do the reindeer yet. We're not gonna do the reindeer. We're gonna work on our little black squares out here that our reindeers are going to sit on. So I don't wanna confuse you all. Is everybody with me so far?
I'm with you.
Okay, do we have any questions?
No, we're
No?
good.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is create another square. Now this one is gonna be basically our second layer on our design. So this is gonna be, let's do 4.25. Actually, let's see what we did before. Okay, so we did 4 inches. So we've got a 5-inch square here. Our next square is gonna be an inch smaller. We're gonna make it 4 inches. Okay, so you can see here, we're starting to create this little stacked area. And then I'm gonna need one more square that is 3 inches. So I'm just duplicating it and changing it to 3, okay? So these are our black squares. Let's go overhead and let me show you all what I'm talking about when I say that.
It's really good to see the visual.
Right, so in Design Space, we have our 5x5, okay? Our second square is this one right here. This is our 4-inch square, and this is our 3-inch square. Good?
Love it.
Everybody good? Okay, I'm gonna pull these down here. And then what we're gonna do next is create these squares right here. Now these are the ones that are gonna be our reindeer images. So we're gonna need to create 3 different boxes that are 3 different sizes. So I'm gonna go ahead, go grab my square shape again. Like I said, we're pretty much just using squares for this. I'm going to make one that is 4.75. Okay.
Kristen says, so I guess you could do as many layers as you
You
want.
technically could.
Yeah, you could.
You just have to be really precise when you're lining them up.
And we're using foam squares today.
Yes.
So remember, every layer, it's getting, that 3-dimensional look. So personally, I wouldn't do more than, we're doing what, 4 technical layers, 3 layers of foam.
Right.
So there's that bottom one that doesn't have any.
I mean, you could get crazy. If you guys do more than the layers that we're doing today, I need to see a picture.
Yeah,
I want to see what they look
Put
like.
it in the Facebook group.
So I've got a 4.75 square here. I'm just going to duplicate. We're going to take it down to 3.75.
Love it.
And then we're going to duplicate and do it one more time.
Yes.
Okay, so are you guys kind of seeing what we're doing here? We're just making our layers. We're staggering our layers so they're all just basically a 1/4 inch smaller on every single layer, which is going to create that like stacked effect. That's what we're going for.
Love it.
Okay. So now we have our image here. I'm going to shrink this down to a little bit bigger than our square. So than this square. So I made it like 5.5. And what we're going to need to do next is pull our square on top of our image. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate our reindeer image 2 more times because we're going to be slicing this out 3 times. So once per square. So we've got our first big square right over top of our image. I'm going to select both of these. Before we cut anything, I want to align this perfectly center. Okay, so I'm just selecting both of the layers, go up to the align function and hit center.
Love it.
And then you're gonna need to slice it out. So you can see that this image is not a perfect square, but we are making it into one by slicing the square out of it. And so I'm just going to delete any portions of the image that I don't need. So here's our first one. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm gonna bring this square to the front just so y'all can see what's going on here. I'm gonna put it in front of here. I'm gonna select the reindeer, our smaller square. We're going to align, center, and then we're going to slice. Again, deleting any layers that we do not need, okay? And then we're gonna bring this one to the front, put it in the middle, select both layers, align, center, and slice. All right, are y'all with me?
Yep.
So we've got all 3 of our images. We did not resize our image at all. I want to be very clear about that. We're not resizing any of our pictures. Like when I first was doing this in my brain, I was like, oh, just like shrink it down a little bit, shrink it down a little bit, but we're not resizing the picture.
Right.
And that's what gives it that 3-dimensional effect whenever we actually attach it to the card. So now let's go back overhead and make sure that we have all of the layers. So we created our rectangle, okay? We created that, we put our score line in, and then we created our inside white area. This is so you can write on your card. And then we created our black squares here, as well as our image layers. And that's all you need. That's it.
Wow.
So everything's here and good to go. I am gonna group and hide all of this old stuff just so it's off of the canvas.
Right.
But this is everything that y'all are gonna need. Now, let me show you what supplies you're gonna actually need to complete the card.
And let's just pause right here because
Yeah.
our team has worked so hard on getting this project ready and just, doing all of this. We really want to encourage some of you to make this project. So
Yes.
we are going to add in a special $50 Amazon gift card
Oh!
if you create this project, your version of it, by next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We will pick someone and announce at the show next Wednesday.
Oh.
All right.
I love a surprise giveaway.
I love a surprise giveaway too. And we really want to encourage you to get some Christmas crafts going on. So if you're a member, all you need to do is post your finished project over in the Facebook group. So if you're a member, you are the only ones that can qualify for this because you have to post in the Facebook group.
But you can become a member today.
You can become a member today for as low as $13.50 for that first month and participate in this member challenge. There, especially through fall, Christmas, all of those holidays, we do more giveaways like this, more challenges like this, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I think you'll enjoy this challenge, and I think once you see this project come together as you're watching, you're gonna really love it.
I agree. And I'm really excited to see you all come up with these, mainly because there's so many different color combinations and we have all those new images.
Right?
I'm really excited.
Me too.
Okay, so we have all of our elements. We double check that we've got everything. If you are an experienced crafter and you wanted to use some of our sketch fonts to add on some writing onto this, you totally could do that and do sketch fonts on this instead of using your own handwriting. But we're just gonna leave it open. That way we can put whatever we want, whenever we want. So, and also this doesn't have to be Christmas. This is giving like just really pretty greeting card.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do Christmas. So we're gonna go ahead and make it. And you can see all of our reindeers are going to be print then cut images. And I've got all of my other layers over here. Now let's go overhead. So normally, if you all were creating this and you were printing those beautiful reindeer images or any of the other options, you were gonna print on glossy cardstock, okay? We've linked some for you all to use, but we like jumped on this trend immediately and we're like, we have to do it in the live stream tomorrow. So we're using printable vinyl, so a little hack. But you want it to be glossy, and y'all know we ride that matte train. We love the matte, everything.
Yeah.
But for this project, I want to encourage you all to use glossy cardstock, or if you've only got printable glossy vinyl on hand, that's actually going to work perfectly as well. So we're using this HTV Ront glossy printable vinyl. I've got a scoring stylus, so you can use this if you have an Explore or a Maker series. It just fits in the other clamp. I have a brayer. I've got black cardstock as well as some white cardstock. This is just like standard medium weight cardstock. I have an ATG gun, some foam squares. You can get these at the dollar store, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, all the above. And then I have a well-loved standard grip mat. You probably want to use a light grip mat. You can use a well-loved standard grip mat when you're doing paper projects. I would not suggest using a brand new standard grip mat. If you are working with paper, it will tear your cardstock.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that. But that's it. So back in Design Space, all we're going to need to do is just follow the prompts on the Cricut Design Space. So right now it's wanting me to just select continue, and it's going to have me print out my print then cut images first. Sherry, you can use photo paper instead for sure. Totally. So I'm going to send this to my printer. Now, this is something that we cultivate here at Maker's Gonna Learn, is printing from the dialog box. We all do it. It's just better because you can get that best quality. Normally, if I just printed this, it's gonna print okay, but it's not gonna be the best, and we want it to be the best. So I've got my printer set. We're using a TS9500. This is an inkjet Canon printer we love. I'm also keeping my bleed on for this image. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to make sure that I'm getting full color to all the way to the ends of my image. I need that color, like I don't want any white showing on this card. So I'm going to keep my bleed on. I'm going to use my system dialog and then select print. Now, if you're using a Mac, it's going to pop up behind Design Space. If you're using a Windows, it should just pop up your dialog box, but sometimes we got to scooch it down. And so I've got my printer selected over here, make sure it's all matching up. I'm gonna feed from the rear tray because this paper is a little bit thicker than normal copy paper. And I'm gonna select best quality, and then we can print. And so I'm gonna go grab that really fast.
Yay! All right,
Okay.
let us know what questions you have while we are just grabbing that from the printer. Let me know what you guys have got going on today. It is Wednesday, again, that challenge for members. You guys seem super excited for that. Christine, no need to use a hashtag. We will go through the group photos and just have it automatically randomly pick someone with like a number generator or something. So super, super fun. What about using sticker paper? Chris, we are using sticker paper, but we're using it as cardstock today because we don't have any other like glossy cardstock and things like that in our studio. The reason we're going to treat it as cardstock rather than like true sticker is because we want to be able to position it well. And you guys know stickers are hard to position. So super, super fun. Let us know what you guys think. I know a lot of you were also talking about in the comments, did we see Glowforge's leak? Yes, we did. Very intrigued about it. Auntie Tay's reporting the price to be around $1,000. That would be awesome. I would love to see an affordable laser for most of us on the marketplace where it's not like you feel like you have to sell your kidney to get a laser. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. I love it. Hey, Tara, you're going to love this project, Tara. We just did a member challenge. So if you make this project in the next week, you're going to be entered to win a $50 Amazon gift card. Will this work with an Epson EcoTank? Christine, it sure will, as long as you haven't converted it for sublimation. Great question. Remember, sublimation printer, your inkjet is your inkjet. And Alicia's got it printed out.
It looks so pretty.
Yay!
It took a little longer because it's so detailed, but look at the quality of that. You can't beat it. I love it. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this on our mat at the top left corner, lining this up as straight as I can, especially for print and cuts. And I'm gonna use my brayer. Now, I do not recommend using a burnishing tool, especially on printed images like this. Sometimes you'll get scratching through the ink, especially. You don't always get that if you're not really aggressive with it, or if you've got those burnishing tools that have like the felt wrapped around one side of them, you can use those. But I always recommend brayer or the felt wrapped burnishing tool versus just a straight up plastic burnishing tool because it just doesn't always work good. And so I'm going to browse all materials in Design Space. We're going to cut this on printable vinyl. And let's see here, or I'm sorry, we have printable vinyl. We could do printable sticker paper or printable vinyl. Either way is gonna work. I'm gonna do printable vinyl, okay? And then we're going to select done. And then we can go ahead and load this into our Cricut. Okay, and we are using the Explorer 3 today. I love this machine. We were talking about the machines that we loved the other day. The Maker is my #1 favorite, but the Explorer 3 works really good too.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is so good. Joy says, if you have purchased a master class, do you still need to purchase a membership? So Joy, we do not sell our master classes, so I don't know which one you bought.
Maybe it was a course or something?
Yeah, you may have bought a class from us, and yes, if you have just bought a class from us in the past, you for sure need your membership to get all these files, all these extra classes that you get complimentary inside the membership. Great question.
For sure. Okie dokie. I'm so excited.
Look at that Cricut cam. It looks so good today.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
She's rejuvenated. That's all.
Yes, we gave her a break.
Gave her a little breaky break.
Now we're back to it.
Okay, I'm just gonna put anything I'm not using, I'm putting away just to stay organized.
Right?
I've got my black and my white vinyl ready. Okay, right now.
You mean your blue?
What'd you say?
You said black and white vinyl.
Oh, black and white cardstock. Y'all knew what I meant.
We love it.
The machine can't read these sensor marks. Okay, y'all, this happens a lot with glossy vinyl, and it is bright in here, and that's probably why.
So we're gonna turn off all our lights and try again. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, it would be really weird. But you know what we can do sometimes, depending on who you are, sometimes I will just shade it like this, and that is enough. So I'm gonna try that here and see if we can get a better read. It's like the glossy vinyl hits that light and it can't get those registration marks. So I'm just gonna hold a shade over it. As silly as that sounds, it works.
I'm excited to see how well it does.
Well, we'll let it go. Maybe she's trying to feed. Hold on, it didn't feed in very great. I'm gonna.
Sue asked, if I print it on photo paper, what setting do I need to use? There's a photo paper setting, so just be sure to, use that. I know photo paper can sometimes be super, super thick, so just be mindful of that, and things should work.
If you're not feeling confident that's going to cut through, you can always add more pressure too.
Okay, Kristen says she puts her top part down of the machine and clicks it. Click it.
Okay. I don't know why I haven't ever done that.
That could work.
In my brain, it would not let the machine work, but duh. Okay.
She said lid down is her way to do it.
I don't know. I don't feel like
You're
it's
I don't.
I mean, it's definitely shading like the back. Let's try it and see if that works, because that's a really fun hack, actually.
Yeah.
I love that. See, learning something new,
Always
people.
learning. Always learning.
Okay, so it's going to just try and scan all of those. It's pretty shaded now. I feel like that's going to work.
That's a hack.
I'm feeling trusty.
Alicia, we got to put that in our next
I need to write
video.
that down.
Kristen, thank you so much.
If you see your hack in a video, shout out.
Hey, that print and cut hack video,
yes.
that hack could go in there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't believe, because we do, this happens a lot, which we use matte vinyl a lot, so we don't run into this issue as much.
We also have so much lighting in here. Y'all,
yes.
if you've ever been to our studio,
it's
chances are you
bright.
haven't. There's so many lights. It's very well lit, as you guys can see.
I've got him right here. Tanner's got his own.
It's like a little heater. You know what I mean? These lights put out so much heat.
Okay, y'all, it didn't work, so we're gonna try it with my way.
Oh no.
I'm not saying that it wouldn't ever work. It's just, I think it's too bright in here.
Yeah.
If you were in your craft room, I think that
would
hack
be
would
fine.
work great, actually.
Patricia is mentioning Ashley Falco loves to do the white crayon, and we even do the white crayon quite a bit too. The problem with the white crayon is I never seem to have the white crayon.
It's like we might have it to show you all, and then we lose the singular white crayon.
Yeah.
Like we don't keep up with it.
Right. The cool thing about this project too, worst case, is we could just cut this. We could just cut it.
Yeah,
with
we
our
can get
hand.
a paper trimmer and just cut it. A lot of times people will also take a marker, like a Sharpie, and they'll go over those black registration marks. I don't know why that makes me nervous to do that. I feel it's going to mess up the registration, but it works. It's a good hack. So
It's so good.
I'm just going to hold. This is actually shading it really well. So
It's as shaded as it's gonna get, so we'll see.
yep, we're going to cut it with the paper trimmer if it doesn't work, because we can cut the rest of this stuff out with the machine, no problem.
Right.
This is the real life crafting, people. Y'all actually love when stuff messes up on the live stream. Look, there you go. Okay, so it didn't read it again.
Oh, it didn't. I thought
did
we were,
not, no.
I thought we were celebrating. Sorry.
No.
I misread.
It's okay though. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off very carefully. I don't wanna warp my paper, so I'm gonna try to go with gravity. I'm gonna set this to the side for 2 seconds and I'll go get a paper trimmer and I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out the other pieces of cardstock. So in Design Space, it's wanting us to cut out our white square. I'm gonna use medium cardstock for that. So we're just gonna line this up, just like so. And then we can load this into our Cricut. Okay. And then I've got my paper trimmer here. While that cuts our white cardstock, we can go ahead and trim up our little deers. Now I could go in here and hand cut this if I was feeling wild and crazy, but I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I know it stresses y'all out when I freehand stuff like that. I won't do it to you today. Okay, so we're gonna start with our first little guy.
This Westcott paper trimmer is like, honestly, one of the best ones for your $1. It's such a good, precise cutter for an affordable price.
I'm trying to line it up perfectly.
Well, remember, you have that extra
The bleed.
bleed, so yeah, you're totally good.
That's very true. I'm actually gonna cut it out, like cut each piece out with scissors and then go in with a precise cut because they're all staggered and it's
right.
like weird. But I don't want to try to cut it straight myself. It will not be good, y'all. I am not gonna even play. I just can't cut a straight line if I wanted to.
I hear you, I hear you.
There's 2 different types of people out there. Okay, so now we can trim these up a little bit easier. And our white cut perfectly. I can see him sitting over there ready to go.
Yay.
Okay, so Tanner was saying since we have that bleed, we do have a little bit of leeway when we're cutting this with the cutter versus the Cricut because it bled over the actual size, if that makes sense. And if there is any white left over, you can always go back with scissors and just kind of trim it off. Okay.
There we go.
We are
and I just
in
love
action.
these images, guys. Like, these images are going to be so good. And we've already sent a little note over to our team about some of the ideas that you guys have gave us in the comments. So again, thank you. Thank you for that as well.
What other ideas are people coming up with?
Oh, there's so many. We have, we do have a red cardinal.
Yes.
And we are adding it. So we actually had one, and Courtney just let the team know. I mean, look how beautiful this is.
We would not. We have to have a red cardinal.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
So much fun. So much fun. So yeah, we're adding all of them and having some more. Oh, we already have a nativity scene that we just hadn't got on the site. So quite a few. Thank you guys for all these ideas. I know there's some other ones for different holidays that we are also requesting for Hanukkah, like a Hanukkah scene as well. So yay, super fun.
Lots of good stuff coming in.
Yes.
Okay.
And again, down below, what we have done to make it easy for you, we've linked the exact cut file we've used. If you want to see where all of these cut files are, just search stained glass on the website. They should pop up. So there should be close to 8 to 10 right now. And then all the supplies we used is linked down below.
Yes, and they should all be together when y'all search stained glass too.
Yep.
Which is really nice. Okay, so we have our 3 images. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of all this extra. And our white squares out. I have a piece of sticker vinyl that will not leave me. Okay, it didn't want to detach. So here's our white square. I'm going to flip this over and gently remove it from our mat so that we don't bend our paper. And I can use this white another day because we only needed just that corner. Okay. And then back in Design Space, they're wanting us to cut our card as well as one of our squares. Now what's happened here is I've chosen the wrong 2 separate grays. And so I want to cut these all out of black. So what I'm going to do is click on one of these mats. I can edit this. Oops, we're gonna have to go back one. I'm gonna hit cancel. Yes. I can actually move these onto the other mat from this screen.
That's so cool. What a hack.
Yes, we love that. So I can just bump it over here. Make sure you're moving it off of that card. We don't want it to cut out of the card. And then we can even move this one here. Now, if you change them all to the same color on your canvas, it would have automatically put them on the same mat, but I did not. They were just two separate shades of gray. And so now this is all gonna cut out of our black cardstock. I can select continue, and we're gonna cut this on a medium cardstock cut setting. So just right there, and we're gonna put this on our mat, break it down really good.
Amazing.
Amazing. And then it's also prompting me to load my scoring stylus. So I've got her right here, and she's gonna go in this clamp. We can keep our fine point blade in the first clamp. What I love about the stylus is that, versus the adaptive tool, I should say, is the adaptive tool fits in the same slot as the fine point blade. So when I'm using the stylus, I'm gonna have the option to have both of them in the machine at the same time rather than having to swap them out. So it's kind of handy because you can do both jobs simultaneously.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting our pieces together. Anytime I'm making card crafts, I have piles.
Yeah.
So I'll have like all my white stuff in a pile, all my colored stuff in a pile.
I want to know in the comments, what do we think about paper crafting? Like, for everyone here, I assume you're interested or want to learn about paper crafting, or you're already a paper crafter. So I want to say paper crafting is probably one of the most like affordable crafts in the Cricut space. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and you can do a lot of crafts for very affordable prices. If you mess up, it's super easy to recut and things like that, which is super, super fun.
Yes, I love paper crafting. I didn't even become a paper crafter until, I mean, I had done some, but as far as using like a Cricut, until I worked here, I didn't do as many. And now I'm like obsessed. I love paper crafting. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
So I'm removing all this excess. Okay, and then we're just going to take our card off, all of our pieces. Be careful when you're doing this. I see a lot of people saying their mats are breaking. Don't bend it till it's crispy on the edges.
Yes.
We just want to like warp it a little bit, you know, so it kind of, because it'll pop off. The paper will kind of pop off, and then you have to do the rest of the work.
I love it.
So, okay, all of our stuff's here. I don't know that you all can see this, but there is a score line on our card. Beautiful. And so whenever we go to fold it, it's just going to be so nice and crispy. I didn't bring our bone folder in here, but normally what I would do is take a bone folder, or you can use a credit card or a squeegee and press that edge down really good. So look how crispy that is. I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and attach our inside. I'm gonna use an ATG gun. So this is just double-sided adhesive in here. And I'm just going to basically go all the way around this, and then we're going to attach it to the inside of the card and put as much ATG as your heart desires. Now you could write in here with like a gel pen and it would show up, and it would probably be really pretty.
Aw, Donna says, I never did any paper crafting until Make-a-thon. Oh, and then she says, which, if you haven't signed up, you should. I have made several. Yay, I love it. We love, love, love at summits and lives and things like that to teach you guys like new techniques and new like genres.
Make-a-thon is so fun.
New to paper crafting after seeing the beautiful projects you can make with the Cricut. Yay, I love paper craft, but scared to make a start on it. Oh my gosh, do not be scared of paper crafting. There's so many better things to be scared of.
Right, and you can be like, it's just so, if you mess up, you can do it again. It's not like you're sublimating a tumbler and it messes up and it costs you a lot of money. Like, you could just totally recut it. You know what I mean? Okay, so we've got all of the pieces, and what we're gonna be doing is attaching them to the square. So I'm just gonna basically, if you look at this one, I'm gonna start from the back. And a lot of times in paper crafting, I start from the back and work up, if that makes sense. Tanner, do you know what I'm saying? I kind of work backwards a lot when I paper craft. And you don't have to do it that way, but in my brain, it works better for me. So like, I'm gonna start from the back of that and attach our first guy.
I think that's very common. I think
okay,
I think
good.
that's totally normal.
Okay, good.
I think that's how every paper crafter should. And
yes.
Yeah, you want to start at the bottom layer and just build up.
I feel like in sewing, like if you're a sewer, they also do a lot of backwards.
Yeah.
It's like you have to deconstruct it before you build it back up again.
I see what you're saying.
Now, so we're using printable vinyl. So this actually is sticky adhesive on the back. If you're using glossy, like glossy cardstock or photo paper, I would recommend using the ATG. I would not recommend going in with like glue. There's certain glues you could use, but sometimes if you get a lot of glue on here, it starts to warp your paper and your image. So you have to be very careful. The double-sided adhesive really is going to be your best bet. Now, I'm going to try to get this on here straight as I can. So I'm just going to fold that backer. I'm just folding it barely, barely. And what I'm going to do is place it on here as square as my little eyeballs can, okay?
Yeah.
And so we have a little bit of a lip, remember, because this is like an offset. And I'm going to flatten that top edge down. So you can see this is still flapping. And so I'm going to pull that backer off. And as I pull it off, I'm going to take this squeegee and I'm going to flatten it as I go. And be careful, like I was saying earlier, you don't want to scratch your image using the squeegee. Just be mindful. Okay. That went on a lot straighter than I thought it was going to.
Yay.
Okay, and now I'm going to attach my other one doing a similar technique. Once it gets so small, it really is kind of easy just to eyeball it and put the whole sticker on there yourself. But this size, I think we could do the same method. Okay. Oop. Don't want it to move.
Do you have any tips for cutting intricate designs? When you're cutting intricate designs, you need to have, that's like number one, like failure is you don't have the proper blade.
Yes.
And you're not using the proper material, all right? So you want to be, for an intricate design, if we're talking about paper, you're going to want to be in the realm of 65 to 80 pound cardstock. The reason why, if you're trying to be intricate with a fine point blade and you go to 100 pound cardstock, things like that, it is not allowing the same precision, all right? Vinyl is another story. It would be totally fine to do intricate cuts and things like that with vinyl, but again, needs a great blade, needs to make sure it's stuck down on the mat, and you're probably gonna wanna learn a skill called reverse weeding. So super fun, great question.
And also, if you're doing like intricate cardstock cuts, you can use the intricate cut setting. The intricate cardstock cut setting is helpful too. Okay, this one's so little, I'm gonna eyeball him. I feel like it would be harder for me to do it the other way around. That's the most stressful part of the whole thing.
Yeah, but you did it, look how easy.
I was holding my breath. Okay, so we have our sections. Now what we're gonna need to do is apply foam tape to these two squares. So I'm going to flip these over. We're gonna add foam squares all the way around the perimeter. I'm just gonna do one on each corner. Y'all, this is it. We're wrapping up. I'm hoping that you all start making these today. If you were not here about 20 minutes ago, Tanner let everyone know in our members only Facebook group, if you create these, you're going to be getting a $50 gift card for Amazon.
We're picking one person, so it's going to be like a little contest. We're going to pick someone at random you have to submit before 11 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday. So next Wednesday, I believe, is the 26th, and that's a great way to just celebrate Christmas in July with our members. So please be sure to make the project, and we'll share it in the Facebook group to remind you guys too. So yay!
I was telling Courtney that this is kind of random, but I'm putting these foam squares on, and I cannot remember the crafter that I saw that did this. They sell craft supplies, and I think they're an Instagrammer, but they make colored foam squares.
Stop it.
Yes.
Imagine black foam squares, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
I used to. Oh my gosh, Alicia. Okay, back in my paper crafting era, I had some of the most sticky black foam squares. And like I was such a foam square like snob.
Person,
I had
yeah.
like very thin ones. So this one's like a very thick foam square we're using, but they have even like thinner ones. So if you're gonna do this in like 6 layers per se, that would be crazy,
Yes.
but a lot of fun. You would want to use a thinner foam square.
Right.
Did anyone else do Stampin' Up? I used to die over their tiny little foam squares, or just me. So anyway.
I love that. Okay, so now let me get over top of this so I don't totally butcher it. Okay, so now I already removed the other side of our foam squares, and I'm just lining this up. I'm going to push down on each corner to make sure it's adhered really well. And then I'm going to do the same thing for our top layer, okay?
Love it.
And then that is all she wrote. What do y'all think? Oh my gosh.
You
how
did
beautiful.
already? Oh my gosh.
it.
Guys, not hard at all. Let me see. I love
They're
it.
so pretty. I love it.
They're so much fun. And then the best part, I mean, you've got everything. You can write your little
Yeah.
note in here. You could
Merry
have the Cricut.
Christmas.
You could have the Cricut write the note. This would be
Yes.
so, honestly, y'all, this project would be so good to do as your Christmas card. You could batch this. You could print
Oh,
it all,
yeah.
cut it all, decorate it all, and it's go ship really well. I know a lot of people were asking about like envelope size. This right here will fit in a traditional like 5x5 envelope. It's not super.
Yeah.
It's not super thick. Like this is, you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you got super thick, it would be tight.
Right.
So just be careful. We love it. We love doing cards. I mean, this
so
probably
fun.
costs like $1.
Maybe.
Maybe $1.
Maybe $1,
I don't
yeah.
even know. The ink was probably the most expensive.
Right.
The most expensive part, which is super fun. So, yay, we love
it.
I know what I'm doing later this week. Yes, you are, Jennifer. Yes.
This
I
is just
love
like
it.
a solid win. Like if you're really looking for a winning craft, you're
Yeah.
probably going to be successful here. And if y'all have questions, we do have customer service. You can either ask questions in the Facebook group or you can just email us at hi@makeyourspinalearn.com and we can talk
highly
there.
recommend the Facebook group.
Yes.
Because it allows for conversation. So it allows for more people to give opinions, and customer care does take time, because if customer care is not knowledgeable on that project, they go to us, to Alicia, Lauren, whoever,
Right.
and get more details. So for the fastest response, the Facebook group is great. We can pop in and just answer it real fast.
And the
So-
members are so helpful to one another. Like even if we don't
Yes.
respond quickly, they are going to respond
Yeah.
to you and help you, which
Yeah.
is really
There's
nice.
so many like instant crafty friends over there, which is
Yeah.
awesome. We have our amazing VIMs. And do you guys have a guide to making your own envelopes? If we do not, do you know if we do have a training?
Yes, but I don't know. I don't know that it's like how to adjust the sizing for your
Okay.
own custom envelope. Like we have envelope files,
That would
and
be
I
a
think
great
we've done
one
videos.
for a master
A master class?
Yeah.
Okay, right before Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in my noggin.
I love
I've
it.
got you guys.
I love it. So that'll be really, really good. Yeah, colorful foam squares would be a game changer, Jennifer. Some
I know.
people were saying they do Sharpies on them. There's a lot of workarounds, so it's super,
yeah.
super fun. Sadie's giving me details. I have a paper craft hack.
Oh.
Oh, is it coming
Okay.
out soon? Wonder if it's out. When did you watch it? On YouTube? Sadie's giving me details.
Okay.
All right, Sadie's saying I have a paper craft hack video, which I believe her.
And it's for envelopes?
Ooh.
Oh, I do not remember.
I don't remember
that.
this. I'll need to find it.
Okay. Well, if
Oh, okay.
well, if we find it, we're still. I mean, I'm still gonna keep it in my my list of master classes.
Yes.
And if you all have any master classes that you are wanting us to show you all, especially, I want y'all to start thinking about Christmas. Like think about something that you are not finding on YouTube that
Right.
you know we can teach you with your die cutting machine in the master class. We would love to know, because we have crafts that we like and we think that you all will like, but then there's like very specific things also.
Yes.
So I posted a thread in January of it. I'll post another one today, And maybe we can like put it towards the top, like pin it at the top, and you all can leave your comments from the live stream today.
I love it. I'm trying to find my paper craft tag video. I'll have to do some more research to find that one. But definitely check it out. Look around for our paper craft tags, because that would be really awesome for you to be able to customize that one right there. Is it not sad we don't even remember what videos we have?
we stay busy. Yeah. I mean, we're always
on to the next
next
video. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, my friends, if you do not already have the membership, what are you waiting for? You can get started today for half off that first month for only $13.50 with unlimited downloads. And if you're ready to go all the way in for a year with us, be sure to use the coupon code PRIME, PRIME, at checkout for $75 off your membership, which is a huge deal.
Yes.
When you say yes to a year, you're going to get over 500 new cut files every single month for an entire year, plus a masterclass each month, plus new fonts, plus the community. I mean, all the new things we're adding, which we already are having people email in saying, Tanner, are you going to do curriculum on the new Cricut venture? And the answer is we are adding the machine to the craft studio. We are going to spend our time to compare, learning, all of that. And if we see enough demand, we will add something possibly similar to the 30-day challenge.
Right.
It could be a 7-day boot camp. It could be, something like that.
Something to jumpstart
Super fun, super fun. And I just want to let you guys know, we will be going live 2 times next week. Lauren is hosting her first webinar.
I feel like a proud mom.
It's like a master class all about sublimation, and it's go help people see if sublimation's for them.
Yes.
It's going to be really good.
It's really good.
It's Thursday at 1:30, so there's 3 shows next week. So, July, you have got to see us a lot.
Right.
Now, what I also want to prepare you for is August. The 3rd week of August, we will be having a boot camp.
Ooh. So
I don't know what we can say about it. We're having a special announcement the Sunday before the boot camp starts.
It's the 13th.
The 13th.
August 13th.
It's going to be a Sunday night with me. It's so good. It's been very, very requested.
Yes.
Like, y'all have been waiting. This has been a long time coming. Like, y'all have been waiting for it all year. So I'm super excited. Alicia's super excited to bring this to you on the 13th. And then we're spending all week going deeper on the topic. So it's advanced.
I'm excited.
It's to really help y'all just go to that next level, that next stage.
Yes.
So we're super, super excited. So it's the 13th. So mark your calendar. The whole week of the 14th to the 18th will be boot camp.
Yep.
1:30 p.m. Eastern daily.
5 days of crafting, y'all.
Yeah, 5 days of crafting.
Days.
We have lots of giveaways. The training on the 13th will be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, we are super, super excited.
Yes, and you all don't have to sign up for this. Are they going to be registering with their email for this boot camp? Or are we just going to pull it?
If you are on our email list, you're already invited. If you're not on our email list, get on it, because you'll want to have all the details.
So you can know.
There's a giveaway every day. Lots of fun stuff at boot camp. You guys already know.
Love it.
And yes, how do I find out when you're live? You can just click that bell notification, I hope. And that's supposed to be reliable. The podcast was unfortunately canceled due to the engagement. And, I was talking about it on our Inner Circle call, and I wanted to show our Inner Circle students that we go all in and we go all out of things and pivot and, pivot as needed in our business.
Right.
And I just want to be an example for others of like, hey, we went all in and we went all out.
Honestly, that's such a good point though, because you hear people constantly like,
just
go
waiting
all in
for it
on
to
it,
work.
go all in on it, or let it, simmer on it, let it sleep on it.
Yeah.
But it's so important, because you got to think of it like branches. Like when you're putting energy over here, you're not able to focus on the things that are really mattering and that you all are receptive to.
Yes.
And
our podcast was hard.
It was hard to make happen.
It was a lot of fun, and I will say it's very rewarding. And if I was in a different season of life, it possibly would be worth it. But trying to, just for example, create enough demand for the podcast rather than just taking what we know people love and going deeper. I think our channel, you know, me and Alicia have talked about, Alicia works super hard on making this channel as successful as it is. And we were talking about like how there's a lot of energy right now here on the channel that's super positive, some of our best content that we have been putting out. So if you've been missing our content, please go over to the channel, take a look at all the good videos. Lauren had a really great video recently.
Yes.
What was that? Was bet you
bet
didn't
you didn't know your
know.
Cricut could do this.
That one's huge. My stop doing this with your Cricut videos doing really well. We have quite a few like videos getting a lot of traction. So that's an example of, I don't think those videos would have even came to fruition if we didn't scale down to scale up the things we know how to work and do well. So,
absolutely.
yay!
Actually, and I want to say, in the same day that we came up with those ideas for those videos was the same day that we were like ixnay on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
I think it was the same day. So
we're not saying be totally out or totally in, but
yeah, we love that. And, you know, thank you guys so much for the support of the podcast. I think the heart behind it is just to go deeper with you all. And I think the people that, you know, love the podcast are people that I made the podcast for. We just didn't know it would affect other metrics of the channel. I think that's part of it.
It's something that you can't know until you know, until you're in it and doing it.
I mean, we're probably like $10,000 in.
That podcast room has had a lot of work put into it. We put every single block on that wall. Every single wood piece. Yeah. We put a lot of love, sweat, tears into it, and we love it. But we now have a studio. Room. We've got a podcast room.
Who wants to come use it? We should rent it out. $50 a day.
Podcast rental room.
We love it. Funny. So good. Well, guys, thank you so much. We hope you all have an amazing rest of your week. If you don't have a membership, limited spots. Get them before they're gone. They're for surezies going bye-bye the 26th of this month, which is next Wednesday. So get in, come back next week to find out who won that giveaway. It'll be announced at the top of the hour at the show at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. There's a show Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Lauren is going live Thursday to teach you guys a lot about sublimation. So much fun.
Lots more live streaming this month. I hope y'all are ready.
So good. Buckle up. Can't wait to see you there, and have an amazing day. See you next week.
All right.
Bye, guys.